All right, let's get to this. 3-6 Mafia. Now, this is not breaking news because anyone who just has a brain in their skull, which is, I'm assuming most of the people who are on the earth have a brain in their skull, could understand that 3-6 Mafia is satanic, right? And if you don't know who 3-6 Mafia is, they're the rap group from Memphis. DJ Paul and I think Juicy J. They had another member too. They had a bunch of different members, but 3-6 Mafia. I was watching this interview, and the reason why I was watching this interview in the first place was because there was a clip that I saw on social media from this podcast. And it was very interesting because DJ Paul, who is a part of 3-6 Mafia, he's one of the founders of 3-6 Mafia. He talked about how they were in church every Sunday. And he said that this was not actually them worshiping Satan. It wasn't them trying to be blasphemous or anything like that. It was simply them just playing a character and just making music, which I thought was very interesting. Anywho, let me play this clip, very brief clip, and then I want to play another clip from one of the members of 3-6 Mafia talking about how he went to hell. And then we'll have a conversation. All right? All right. Let's go.
Yay, I love that. So we got all these members now, and then you guys decide to form 3-6 Mafia.
Yeah.
How did you guys come up with the name 3-6 Mafia? Because there's been so much speculation to you guys' name because it does have 666 in it.
Yeah, it came from that.
Okay, tell me.
Basically, Lord Infamous said 666 Mafia in a song. Mm-hmm. That wasn't even our group name. He just said it. He was just like, a 666 Mafia, phoning down, and a silencer. He said something like that. And I liked that. And I was like, whoa, that's dope. And I just started sampling 666 Mafia. And that became really popular with us. And that still wasn't our name.
Right.
I would just sample that. And then, when it was time to form a group, I was like, hey, we should call ourselves 666 Mafia. And everybody liked it. And then next thing I know, white fans came like that. They flocked to us. Next thing I know, we got a call to do a show in Bartlett, Tennessee. I'm like, Bartlett, Tennessee? I'm like, I don't even know black folks can go out there. And then next thing I know, we just started doing shows in number white clubs.
Really? After you named the group 3-6 Mafia?
666 Mafia.
666 Mafia.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I know Lord Infamous has gone on record to say that he dabbled in like Satanism and all that stuff.
Yeah, he didn't do that for real.
He didn't?
Hell no.
I just watched an interview with him last night where he was talking about how he went to hell and demons were torturing him and like it was crazy. And I was
he was just high.
Yeah. Okay.
I grew up singing Amazing Grace in the church, and I was playing the organ. Everybody know that. I was in the church every Sunday in Mississippi. It don't get no more churchier than a Mississippi church.
Yeah, for sure. I love that you call him out like that, though. You're like, no, that's my brother. Nope, he grew up singing Amazing Grace. Yeah. So there was no real satanic reasoning behind the name.
No.
The lore has always just kind of like your reputation precedes you.
Yeah. It was just an image. It was just something that was cool.
Right.
It's so crazy that he said, okay, Lord Infamous, right? I have a video from Lord Infamous. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but Lord Infamous, he was talking about how he was high on some type of drug, some crazy drug. I don't know what it was. Some crazy drug. He was high. And he was in hell and demons were torturing him in hell. There's a video of him talking about it. I'm going to play it after this video. But DJ Paul said that didn't really happen, that he was just high and that they were in church every Sunday, that they grew up in church and they were in church every Sunday. It goes back to the same thing I just said in the last video. I just said it, right? There's some people in your church with their hands up high worship and singing the songs. They in the building, but they not in Christ. You know what I'm saying? They in the building, but they're not in him. They're just in the building. Because why are you tripping on these hard drugs and taking yourself to that point in the first place? Do you not understand that those are portals? Those are doors. You're opening yourself up to the demonic. You're giving these demons permission to torment you in that way. So yes, you were high, but you were also experiencing the spiritual realm illegally, and you were being tormented by demons in hell. That actually did happen. Let's not disregard it just because he was high. And let's not just say, oh, because we were in church every single Sunday, God knows our heart, therefore we can call ourselves 666 Mafia and make music about death and drugs, and God knows our heart because we're in church every Sunday and we're good. That's crazy.
Like I said, we did, study like killers and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
we never studied Satan or any of that. I don't know nothing about all that.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, I'm not even going to show you. It's not even worth showing you. But he just said it. He said that they studied killers, but they never studied Satanism. So in the very beginning of this interview, DJ Paul, he talked about his infatuation with serial killers. And he said that he has an entire wall in his house with all these black and white photos of all these different serial killers. So he's got like their faces in black and white on the wall in his house. And he said that he likes to study their stories. And he likes to understand their motive. And he likes to understand why they did what they did. And how they got to that place to do it. Now, at a certain point, one has to come to an understanding that maybe you're just obsessed with the darkness so much that you're starting to idolize it and you're starting to worship it. And in doing so, you're actually producing the fruits of those demonic spirits in your life. So you're not directly studying Satanism, but you're studying killers, serial killers, and you're studying their psyche and why they did what they did on a regular basis. So you're studying the things of Satan. You're studying his will, which is death. But you're going to sit here and lie to yourself and act like you're not intentionally or unintentionally dabbling in Satanism. Like, it don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. People want to do crazy demonic stuff. People want to satisfy and glorify their flesh. And then they want to sit here and act like, oh, because I was in church, it's okay. This is what he was talking about. This is Lord Infamous. I don't know if you've seen this video before. I'd have never even seen this video before. This is my first time. Well, not my first time. This is my second time watching this video, but this was my first time hearing this story. from Lord Infamous. So Lord Infamous, he used to be in 3-6 Mafia. He passed away. He's talking about when he went to hell. This is like an old audio, so it don't sound the best, but you can still hear what he's saying.
But since then, man, you had a near death experience, man. You care to share that with your fans?
I'll be glad to share it with you. I'll take this out. If you ain't got your mind right, your soul right, I suggest get your ass somewhere down and don't get killed, because hell is real. It's a real fucking place. I know I've been to that motherfucker, and it ain't.
I apologize for the profanities.
It ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a praying motherfucker. The 40 seconds I was dead, I was down in hell, man. I was getting tortured, man. My body turned into metallic element, man. And I created these hooks in my flesh, man. And these coils was hooked up to this flame, and the coils would heat up, and my body would turn red hot. You know what I'm saying? My body would actually turn like you stick sword in fire when you're making a sword, and they beat it into face, and they turn the steel red hot. That's how my body was doing. And they would heat me up, of course, and they'll raise me up way up into space, and they would slam my body back down into the pits of hell, and they would heat me up, man. We did that over and over, man.
So he said, and the audio's rough. He said there was like these coils or these coals or something, and these demons. He was in hell for like 40 seconds, and these demons are heating up his body, and his body is physically hot, but visibly red hot. And these demons are raising him up and down, tormenting him. And they're doing this cycle over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And he said that this cycle lasted for like 40 something seconds. But he said it felt like a lifetime. He said it lasted for 40 something seconds, but it felt like a lifetime. Right? I just want to say this. I don't know what I don't know what DJ Paul was trying to say. I don't know what DJ Paul was trying to say. I don't know if he was trying to say that they're Christians because they were in church. I don't know what he was trying to say. I don't know what he was trying to say. I don't know if he was just trying to say like, oh, we just called ourselves 3-6 Mafia because it sounded good and it was selling tickets, so we were making money. But God knows our heart. I don't know what he was trying to say. But let me just say this. Ephesians 5, walk in love. Therefore, be imitators of God as beloved children, and walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself up for us, a fragrant offering and sacrifice to God. But sexual immorality and all impurity or covetousness must not even be named among you, as is proper among saints. Let there be no filthiness, nor foolish talk, nor crude joking, which are out of place. But instead, let there be thanksgiving. For you may be sure of this, that everyone who is sexually immoral or impure, or who is covetous, that is, an idolater, has no inheritance in the kingdom of Christ and God. Verse 6, let no one deceive you with empty words. Let no one deceive you with empty words. For because of these things, the wrath of God comes upon the sons of disobedience. Therefore, do not become partners with them. For at one time you were darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. I don't understand what the argument and what the point is here. These are empty words. Verse 6. Let no one deceive you with empty words. Oh, we're our name is 3-6 Mafia. And listen, somebody said it in the comments. Not all music is demonic. Not all music is demonic. It's not. It's not. It's not. But in this specific scenario, your name is 666 Mafia. You said that y'all was studying serial killers. Your band member said that he went to hell and was being tormented by demons. But yet you say everything's all good. It's just a show. It's just an act. And we were in church every Sunday. Those are empty words. Those are empty words. Because the fruit clearly displays otherwise. The fruit clearly displays that you serve and worship somebody completely different. Completely different. Completely different. And also, remember something. He said we were in church every Sunday. Proximity does not equate to salvation. I'm going to say that one more time. And understand what I'm saying. Proximity does not equate to salvation. Just because you're in the building does not mean that you're saved. Just because you're in the building does not mean that you are submitted to God. Look at Judas. Proximity. Judas was one of the 12. Proximity. He was walking with Jesus. Proximity. He was walking with Jesus. Still betrayed him. Still betrayed him. You know what's crazy? I was looking at this yesterday. It said Judas was paid 30 pieces of silver, right? To betray Jesus, right? Now, there's a debate as to what specific currency Judas was paid in, because there was different types of purity in silver during that time. But there's an estimate that the payment that Judas received was roughly comparable to 4 months of wages. 4 months of wages. 4 months of wages. Judas potentially, if this is correct, if this is accurate, Judas potentially exchanged 4 months of wages for eternity. Now, I don't know if he's saved or not. I don't know if Judas is saved or not. My gut instinct tells me that he's not. I don't think he is. I don't think he is. That's my gut instinct, because I know he gave it back. He felt bad. He went back. He went back to the people. He went back to the people that gave it to him. And he gave it back, right? I don't think he is, but I don't know. But assuming the worst, He exchanged 4 months for eternity. This is the same stuff that we're doing on this earth. Going back to the 3-6 Mafia story. He's talking about, oh, we just took on the image of darkness. We were in church every Sunday, but we took on the image of darkness because it was making money. It's the same thing. You're exchanging an amount of time on earth for eternity. For what? For money. What is this? Matthew 27. Jesus delivered to Pilate. When morning came, all the chief priests and the elders of the people took counsel against Jesus to put him to death. And they bound him and led him away, delivered him over to Pilate, the governor. Judas hangs himself. Then, when Judas, his betrayer, saw that Jesus was condemned, he changed his mind. So I don't know if this means that he repented. I'm not sure. Y'all can help me in the chat. But I thought this was interesting. It says he changed his mind. He brought back the 30 pieces of silver to the chief priest and the elders, and he said, I have sinned by betraying innocent blood. This is actually a very interesting conversation. Is Judas in heaven or is he not? Because this is a very interesting conversation. Anyway, he said, I have sinned by betraying innocent blood. They said, what is that to us? So he brought back the coins, and they said, what is that to us? See to it yourself. And throwing down the pieces of silver into the temple, he departed and he went and he hung himself. And the chief priest, taking the pieces of silver, said, it is not lawful to put them into the treasury, since it is blood money. So they took counsel and bought with them the potter's field as a burial place for strangers. Therefore, that field has been called the field of blood to this day. Then was fulfilled what had been spoken by the prophet Jeremiah, saying, and they took the 30 pieces of silver, the price of him on whom a price had been set by some of the sons of Israel, and they gave them to the potter's field as the Lord directed me. I'm just trying to say, just because you in church doesn't mean you're in Christ. I thought that was a crazy story. You said, I don't think he received the atonement of the blood of Jesus. I was thinking that too. I always ask that in about Adam. Is Adam in heaven? I was thinking the same thing. When I was reading Genesis, because I've been going back through and reading Genesis several times, I was thinking the same exact thing. The same thing. Yeah, he did. He killed himself. That's what I'm saying. He committed suicide. So I don't know the answer to this question. I'm just asking the question. I don't know the answer. But he said he changed his mind. So Judas, he changed his mind. And then he said, I have sinned by betraying innocent blood. And then he gave back the money. So I don't know. I'm not a theologian. I have no idea. I just thought that was an interesting story.